Hello everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 92 of Darwell20's Let's Play series. Where I'm murderizing all the mobs. All of them. All of them. The mob spawner is a smidge on the slow side. I would like him to be a little bit faster. I just don't know of a good way to do it. I've been tossing ideas in my head on what I want to do, but I don't think I'm going to change it too much. I think I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. Because I think as we upgrade the altar, it'll be fine. And if we really need to speed it up, we can. But for now, I'm just going to basically leave it as is. In the interim, I've been making the stuff I'm going to need for this episode. Specifically, I've been working towards getting ritual stones so that I can get the master ritual stone, which will be cool. That's going to need another orb. I think it's the tier 3 that we need for the master. Let's double check the book here. Last episode we talked about how we want to go to the edge of the hidden realm. We're going to need 36 total runes, which means 4 more rituals. Sweet. Okay. And that should be good. That should be real good. So we've got 36 ritual stones plus 1 master ritual stone. We're going to need a few other things here. Hooray! What I'm going to need is, first and foremost, a ritual diviner, which is made like this. Now we need these inscription tools. Each of them are made with the items in my inventory right here. These 4, obsidian, lapis, ghast, and magma cream. All we need to do is wait for this to drop just a smidge. Below 10k, and now we're cool, because each one of these will need 1,000 LP. And we're done. Cool, right? And then we can use those to make the ritual diviner, which is how we're going to build our multi-block ritual guys. Cool. So now with the ritual diviner good, we should be pretty cool. We're also going to need a weak activation crystal. And that is a lava crystal. For 10,000 LP. We're close. What I'm going to do is just remove you guys for a sec so we can get to 10,000. I should add some kind of like lever or something so that I can disable the automation stuff. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll consider it. All we would have to do is just add another input to our gate here, our AND gate, because, you know, we could basically say like, hey, make sure that, you know, you're not getting a lever signal. That would be pretty easy to do, right? Hey, weak activation crystal, and I can right-click to bind it to myself, current owner Darwell20. You'll also note as I right-click this seer sigil that I have 150,000 LP. In fact, if you look through my history of chat, you'll see that I was, you know, building it up over a period of however long. So basically just sitting here doing this between episodes to get enough LP to satisfy our needs. Sweet. All right, cool. So I think we're good to go. So where should we build this thing? That's an exceptionally good question. That's a ridiculously exceptionally good question. Where indeed? Because I suspect this is going to be a pretty large-ish footprint. And it's really just a portal to this dimension. So we should be a little bit smart about where we put it. How about over here-ish? I mean, this feels good enough to me. Let's just flatten out some terrain a little bit. That works. Now, there is a nifty item from Britannia. Is it called a rod? Terra firma rod? Yeah, can I make one of these? A little bit of crafting. Winter, autumn, summer. Might be doable. It's a good one, though. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it mostly off camera, though. Alright, so, rod of terra firma. Craft complete. I told you I'd do it all off camera. Look at me. Oh my goodness, it's nighttime. Oh my goodness, there's so many bad guys. Let's... I should do something where, like, I detect how many mobs are in this space and, like, turn the lights on if there's too many. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not too worried about that bit, at least. So the Rod of Terra Firma is super cool because it just like flattens out a terrain area. You ready? You ready? Does it use like a stupid amount of mana? I didn't think it used that much mana. Maybe it uses more than I thought. You know what I should put on here is one of those runes that would be... What's the rune? Or the spark augment. What's it called? Dispersive? This should, in theory... I'm just going to put it there. Is that going to fill up my mana tablet for me? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay. Not too shabby. I should put dispersive on, like, most of these. Would kind of be cool. Yeah, he's a little bit slow. He could be faster. But like I said, if I put more dispersive augments in, it would be better. So if we stand here again... Yeah, he does use a lot of mana, doesn't he? Maybe not too close to my base. Not too shabby, huh? Look at that. That is cool beans. Not too shabby. Right? I would say not too shabby for sure. Hey, look, Dispersive is recharging me from all the way up there. Wonder what the range on this is. Alright, about that far. Well, that's cool. I like that. That'll keep me charged. I pop over to this tower frequently enough that I feel like that's pretty cool. That works for me. Alright, so let's get you ready to repopulate this area a little bit with some dirt and whatnot. Okay, and then maybe a little bit of exchanging. I probably shouldn't have put you away just yet, but that's okay. Bump that guy up to the max. Do I not have that much dirt? I must have that much dirt. Okay, yeah, I do. I'm cool. Me, right? Alright. Put this junk away. Put all this junk away. Is my inventory relatively cleaned at this point? I would say relatively, yeah. Just going to clean up all this mess that got created. And maybe a little bit more Horn of the Wilding. So how cool is that Rod of Terra Firma, huh? It's super useful for just creating a big flat area of dirt. As you may have noticed, what it does is it will clear any blocks that are, you know, above your current Y level. And it will place dirt that's below your current Y level. So a super useful tool for making nice flat areas. Cool. Okay. Yes, I see you, Enderman. Zapping around. He's kind of like, what's going on, Dire Wolf? What are you doing? I'm like, none of your business, Enderman. Go away. All right, let's get this thing built. So we need our Master Ritual Stone. We need our Ritual Diviner. And then we need our... what's it called? Weak Activation Crystal. There it is, bound to me. And that should be it, right? So first things first, we place our Master Ritual Stone. And if you want to know what it's going to look like, remember, you can look in the book here, and you get an idea. So it's going to place a bunch of blocks around the weak activate or the Master Ritual Stone, and then a bunch above it as well. And you can also visualize these. Super cool. You shift right click on the Ritual Diviner to specify which ritual you're going for. As a reminder, we're going for Edge of the Hidden Realm. There it is. Cool. Then, when you mouse over your Master Ritual Stone, it's going to show you what the structure is going to look like as it builds. Then simply right-click, and it's going to start taking, as you can see down here, it's taking all the Ritual Stones out of your inventory and placing them in the world. So, done deal, right? So all the stones have been placed per the design of this. So this guy, the Ritual Diviner, totally the way to go for building rituals. Could you do this by hand? Yes. You absolutely could. And you could have used those components, these things, to change them. So you would like place the block and then use the inscription to write the rune. So like you'd right click on these with earth. But as you can imagine, that would get very tedious very quickly. So now we want to activate this ritual by right-clicking on the Master Ritual Stone with the weak activation crystal. As a reminder, we have 150,000 LP. It's going to cost 80,000 to do this. So boom, a rush of energy flows through the ritual. Hello. And now we have 70,000 LP. Look at that. Cool, right? How cool is that? I love it. That is super neat. And then I believe I right-click on the inversion pillar to get there. So let's make sure that we're prepared for wherever we're going, because I have no idea what this is going to be like. I'm going to put you guys in my backpack, because that's a nice backpacky kind of thing to do. I don't need to bring this with me. I probably don't need this with me. You can go in my backpack. Everything else I kind of like where it is. Well, actually, I'm going to hang on to you, because I don't know what else you'll show me. But healing is ready. We've got a healthy amount of food, because I made some recently, because we were getting low. And then we can also teleport out of there if things get really airy. Alright, let's, you know what else I'm going to do real quick? Because I don't want this thing running all the time. I just noticed that Enderman gets sent over here, so I'm going to turn the lights on in that room. Good, good, good. Okay. And then you can go away. So that, and that. Alright. We're pretty good here. Alright, let's do it. Let's go. Into this dungeon we go. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, place. Oh, hello. We got a chest full of goodies. There is an iron key in here, which is awesome. A skyroot sapling, Alexica Botania. So it's basically dungeon loot, is what we got. Lake Gray Chalk. Just your standard dungeon looty kind of things. Especially the iron key, though. That's the important bit. So this place is neat. Let's do some lighting projectiles here. So my understanding is, if you look on the map, man, there's actually something over here. That's kind of cool. But there's nothing around me right now. See that? Now, when I use the iron key, I think it's going to generate the terrain behind the door. All right, and then we can always use this blood magic pillar to get back out to the overworld. Let's give it a shot. So, dungeon seal. Notice how it added up there? So it totally generated this environment, which is cool, right? Paper, books, Tau fruit. That's what we were after, remember? Ooh, hex casting. Hex casting scrolls. Actually, there's some really good loot in here. Fire aspect +1. Mob enchant book. You can make a mob enchant with infinite duration. That's interesting. Looting +1. This will let me get looting 4. That's awesome. A little bit of Demon Will, which we haven't even touched Demon Will. When do we need Demon Will? I don't know. I'm going to get these guys from, I'm pretty sure Quark adds them, right? Yeah, Quark. That's awesome. We should get back into hex casting at some point. We really never did much with that mod, and I would like to. Oh my goodness, look how many more things are here. More Tau fruit, more of these guys. Another scroll, a living armor upgrade tome. That might be fun to play with. We haven't done living armor much. Can I, like, right-click these or something? I don't know. Interesting. I'm going to put my Tau fruit away, because I know that we want some of that. Demon Eye from Blood Magic. Oh, an enchanted book. Fire Protection 4. Hey, what happened? Oh. Like, what happened to my thing? Blaze Powder. I remember this stuff might be neat. It's blood magic-y. So I'm just going to get the blood magic stuff or anything else that I deem appropriate here. You know, technically I could add a thing here. You know, there's no mobs, though. Where are the mobs at? Where are the mobs at, yo? Do I have an axe? I mean, worst case, I could just use this, right? Hello, mob spawner. Wither skeletons. Why aren't you spawning, though? My goodness, there's a lot of good loots in here. More Tau fruit. No more iron, though. No more iron, though. I mean, iron keys, that is. Yeah, why aren't you spawning the dudes? I'm going to put you on precision mode. So it's a little bit easier to harvest that stuff. Am I allowed to mine these things? Oh my, I guess so. And there's like a void behind it. It's kind of cool. But where do we get more iron keys? Oh, we can make some in the Hellfire Forge. Well, that's easy. That's cool. So potentially we could get iron keys from exploring these dungeons. But if we don't find enough, right, because I didn't get any more, I don't think. Then what I would want to do, let's put something on my hotbar. Just so I have these two rows means just whatever is in them goes into the bag. So I guess apparently what I want to do is make more iron keys so I can explore more rooms. But the big important part here is that we did get our Tau fruit, which is awesome. So let's do this. Let's make an iron key just to see what that process looks like. And then we go from there. All right, so an iron key needs a Hellfire Forge. Speaking of not having any need for... there you go. We're going to need 300 will, and we're going to need to drain 50 for this craft. So it looks like we're going to get into the will system today, which is fun. I am all about the wills. Okay. So will's a fun mechanic in Blood Magic. It basically is a crafting system, and it needs a thing called Demonic Will. And in Blood Magic, there's a sword called the Sentient Sword, which you can make with a Petty Tardic Gem and an iron. Now, luckily, I happened to get some will. Normally, in order to get this stuff, what you have to do is you have to craft, and I'll probably just do it to demonstrate because I want you guys, this series is a tutorial for people. Like, the purpose of this is a tutorial. So what you want are the snares. These guys. So string and a blood altar. Okay? So that's not too bad. I'm just going to get a few. $500 LP per. Okay. Throw your snare at a mob, like a Weldon Stalker, or any other mob for that matter, by right-clicking him. And when he has particle effects around him, it means the snare has taken hold. And then when you kill him, you will get Demon Will as part of his drops, right? So, same deal over here, right? Throw it. Particle effects is good. Kill. And we got, you know, this will here. And the wills are usually pretty weak early on. You don't get good ones just yet. Okay? Then you can use those wills for crafting. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Dyer, that's going to fill up my inventory real fast. Don't worry. Not a problem. What you want is Tartic gems. The first one is redstone, gold, lapis, and glass. So redstone, gold, lapis, and glass. Yoinks, yoinks. Well, actually, I didn't need to put them there. And then use one of the wills that the mobs drops gave you. You'll notice that this craft requires at least one will total inside the thing, and it will use up one. And when we do that, you'll notice it used the one will, and it crafted the Tartic gem, which is cool. Now, I think I can drop this will now, and when I pick it back up, I shouldn't do it near the... I shouldn't do it near the thing, right? So now when I pick this up, it's going to go into the gem. Same for this. And same for this one, the big one. Cool. 33 will. Nice. Now, there's the cool thing about this crafting is that it's kind of gated and tiered in a smart way. Well, I always thought was a smart way. So first off, make another Tartic gem, right? So that will be another redstone. I think I need 2 of these in the end, because I think we want to upgrade them at all times. So let's get 2. Okay, so when you look at the crafting recipe for a will mechanic, right? So for example, this one, right? If we wanted to look at this, minimum will 60, drained 1. So to do this craft, we need to have 60 will inside our gem, but it will only use one of them. The cool thing about that is it leads to better and higher tier things, right? So, for example, in order to get the common Tartic gem, right, we need 240 will in it, but it's only going to use 50. Now, each one of these can hold a certain amount, and that amount is probably defined in the book. Okay. Will manipulation. So your first will is with the snares, like I already showed you. Crystallized will. We'll talk about that at some point, I'm sure. Demon will. That's the stuff we got. Tartic gems, that's what we're looking at. So the first one will hold up to 64. The second one, 256. 1024, 4096, I guess is the top tier. Is that the top one, the greater? Yeah, 4096. You can also see it if you look in JEI there. So see, the most will that the first tier can hold is going to be 64, right? So to get more will, what we want is an iron sword. Doot, doot. And now any mobs we kill with this sentient sword will drop will. You'll also notice that he doesn't do a lot of damage, right? But if we have this Tartic gem in my inventory, he might do a little bit more, but not yet. As we get more will in our Tartic gem, this sword will do more damage. Oh, there we go. See? Now he's up to even more. Cool, right? If I put this away... See, he drops down. Cool, right? Isn't that neat? So the more will stored in the gem, the more damage he does. I also want to throw some enchants on this guy. So remember we got looting? Didn't we get a looting +1 book here? Now, did we have a looting 3 around? I'm just curious. Power, blast protection. I'm pretty sure we can't make a looting 4 book. But it wouldn't be a terrible idea. Do we have looting in here? Maybe not. I mean, we have looting 3 on this guy. Oh, here's a looting 3. Okay, cool. Looting 4. Enchanted book. I guess that does work. That's cool. Okay. Do you think that'll work over here? Now, do we also have mending? Because mending would be nice. Can you do mending and unbreaking at the same time? I forget if you can. Is there anything else I want? Sharpness, probably, right? Sharpness 3. I wouldn't mind sharpness 5. Do we have a sharpness 5 over there? We have a sharpness 5 here. That'll do. Okay. So how about we put these 4 on it and see how that goes? Works for me. I'm sure my magnet's going to mess me up real quick before I can find my wand of the forest. See, told you. Or, look at it go. Go, mana, go. All right. Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 5, Mending, and Looting 4. I like the sound of that. Doesn't that sound great? I love it. I love everything about it. Let's go put that away now. I'm going to make sure to hang on to these guys. Okay, you guys can go away. And now, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to get mobs here and kill them to charge up my Petty Tardic Gem. So, in theory, I should get a decent amount of will when I kill mobs here. Now, is the will going to go into... It doesn't. Cool. It goes straight into my gem. Awesome. Unless my gem is filled, at which point the will be dropped in the world as items. Cool. So once we have 64 will, I'm going to turn the lights back on for a sec, I can now upgrade this guy to the next tier of gem, which is the lesser, and that is diamond, lapis, and redstone with a lower gem, which is why I made an extra lower gem, right? So diamond, I'm going to do 2, lapis, and redstone. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in here, these guys in there, this guy here. And now remember, this guy needs a minimum of 60 will. So you basically need this guy to be filled up, but he'll use 20, which is why we're down to 44 now. Okay, now I'm going to, I think I shift right click 1 and it'll drain out and go into the other. Okay, now I would like to make another tier 2, but even though I have the 20 will that I need to craft it, I don't have the 60 that I need as a minimum. So let's use this guy. Cool. And now we're at 65. So if I do this, we'll have our second lesser. And the reason I want a second lesser is because in order to get the next Tardic Gem, which is the common, I need a lesser. So just trust me. That's what you want to do. So now we want to fill this guy up. Okay. We need a minimum of 240. Remember, he can hold 256, right? So basically fill up the second gem, and then you can make the third. Okay? And then when we make the third, it's only going to cost 50, which isn't bad. So notice, by the way, I'm at 10.5 damage, but as my gem fills up, it's going to continue to climb. All right, so we are almost full here. There we go. You know you're full when you start seeing wills pop out. I thought I saw one. Either way, we're full. So now let's get our common Tardic Gem. Diamond, imbued slate, and block of gold. Shh. I said shh. Don't make me come over there. Just getting ready in case he gets mouthy again. Probably going to want 2 imbued slates, remember? Because I said always make 2 at a time. Okay, so this will be my first common. And right-click that one into that one. And then we're ready to go for the next guy once we get a little bit more will in here. Is that enough? Yeah, 291. Nice. 11. See? We're getting more and more powerful as we get stronger gems. That's awesome. Alright, now for the top tier Tardic, I don't know if we can get it yet. We need a demonic slate, which needs a tier 4. So what I'm going to do is probably wrap up the episode here. I'm going to fill up this common Tardic. Next episode, we'll come back. We'll get into 2 things, really, that I would like to do. So number 1, I would like to make the saturated Tau that we're going to need in order to get the bloodstone thingies, whatever they were. This. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of things. Where are they? It is the alchemy table, right? Oh, it's an arc recipe, isn't it? Oh, okay. We might have to get into this thing too, right? But the weak blood shard is what we're after. And then in addition to that, oh boy, we have a lot of things happening now, don't we? An elite zombie. Hopefully you drop an elite amount of will, but I doubt it. Alright, so what was I going after? I don't know, I forget. It was things and stuff that I needed. Oh, right, dungeon delving, right? We wanted more demon keys. So that craft requires a minimum of 300 will, and it uses 50. So I should be able to make one right now, more than likely, because I think I have over 300. Yeah, I have almost 600. Nice. But remember, it's not going to use the 300. You just need to have that much in your gem. See, now we're up to 11.5 damage. So good. So good. Let's turn on the light for a sec, because if I don't, I'm just going to stand here killing mobs all day long. And that's probably not what's supposed to be happening right now. I mean, not that it's a terrible thing. Alright, so now the iron key that we want is going to be some more imbued slates. Maybe I do need mobs. Well, I mean, where are you at, Chief? Not great. Let's just get one going. Oh yeah, you're gonna do that, aren't you? Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Between episodes, I'm gonna get more slates, because clearly we're low. I'm gonna get more will, and then we'll come back next episode, make more iron keys, explore more of that dungeon, get to a tier 4 altar, get saturated Taus going, maybe even automate them, and then continue with blood magic, because I'm having a good time with this. Like, there's new stuff to check out, there's some fun things for sure, and it's just such a good mod. It really is. Alright, wrapping up point. Devil 20 signing off. Take it easy.